I've got to be honest with you. Every time we think we've heard every story about what it takes to win on the PGA Tour, something comes out that just hits differently. And this one goes straight to the core of what separates legends from everybody else. Because sometimes it's not about swing mechanics. It's not about putting stats. It's not even about talent. It's about something way deeper. There's a mindset, a line you refuse to cross, that defines who you are when the pressure is real, when your body hurts, when the leaderboard isn't going your way, and when the doubts start creeping in. And this week, we heard a story about that exact moment. A standard so personal, so brutally honest, that it shaped one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen in professional golf. And trust me, if you're a true PGA Tour fan, this hits hard. Before we get into it, if you love real conversations about the PGA Tour, the mentality, the rivalries, the moments that define careers, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. This channel is brand new. We're building something real here, and we're pushing toward our first 1,000 subscribers. We're just 300 away from that goal. And if you're a true fan of Tiger Woods, if you want to keep up with everything he's doing, what's happening with him, what it means for the PGA Tour and for the majors ahead, this is the place to be. So subscribe and be part of this community from the beginning. Now let's talk about what was actually said. So here's what happened. Tiger Woods sat down with Jordan Spieth and revealed something that honestly explains everything about who he is as a competitor. He told Spieth there is only one scenario where he cannot honestly look at himself in the mirror at night. And it has nothing to do with losing, nothing to do with missing a putt, nothing to do with finishing second. It's if he ever mailed it in. He said, and this is powerful, he cannot look at himself in the mirror if he bags it, if he mentally checks out, if he stops fighting during those 4.5 to 5 hours on a Sunday. Think about that for a second. We're talking about a 5-time Masters champion, a guy who has won everything there is to win, a player who has battled injuries, surgeries, public scrutiny, and still came back to climb the mountain again. And when he explained this, it tied directly to the mindset behind his 2019 win at Masters Tournament at Augusta National Golf Club. That Sunday in 2019 wasn't some dominant wire-to-wire masterpiece. He started the final round trailing. Other players were ahead. The leaderboard was packed, and you could feel the tension building on the back nine. But here's the thing. He didn't chase. He didn't force it. He didn't panic. He stayed disciplined. He trusted patience. He trusted effort. While others around him faltered under the weight of Augusta, he stayed mentally locked in for every single hole, all 18 of them. And that's where the mirror test comes in. Woods explained that those 4 to 5 hours on a Sunday, that's what he trained his entire life for. Decades of work, childhood sacrifices, endless reps, rehab, pain, preparation. So in his mind, how could he ever bag it? How could he waste that opportunity? That's the only thing he wouldn't forgive himself for. Not losing, not getting beat by someone playing better, but not giving everything he has in that window of competition. That's such a rare mentality, especially now when the tour is deeper than ever, the schedules are packed, and the grind is real week after week. And hearing him say this to Spieth, who himself knows what it's like to win at Augusta and what it's like to struggle under pressure, makes it even more meaningful. It's almost like a passing of competitive DNA, a reminder of what championship golf actually demands. What I love about this is that Woods made it clear. This has nothing to do with trophies. It's not about the green jacket. It's not about legacy. It's about effort. That 2019 Masters wasn't a fluke. It wasn't nostalgia. It wasn't just a feel-good story. It was accountability. It was a man refusing to quit on himself. And if you go back and rewatch that final round, you can see it. The calm, the patience, the refusal to blink. That's why that victory still gives fans chills. Because deep down, we all knew how hard it had been for him physically just to get back there. And yet mentally, he was unbreakable. For the PGA Tour, that moment redefined what a comeback could look like. It reminded younger players what championship resilience really means. And it set a standard that honestly still echoes today whenever we see someone fighting on a Sunday leaderboard. The mirror test. That's what it comes down to. Can you look at yourself at night and say you gave everything you had? For Woods, that's the only scoreboard that truly matters. And as fans, that's why we respect him the way we do. Not just because of 15 majors, not just because of records, but because of that standard. That's what makes the difference between good and legendary. And right now, as the PGA Tour season continues to build toward the majors again, that mindset feels more relevant than ever. Because when we get to those big Sundays when the pressure is crushing, we're going to see who passes the mirror test. All right? I want to hear from you. Do you think that mentality is what separates the all-time greats from the rest? And do you see any current players carrying that same standard? If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like and jump into the comments. Let's talk real golf. And if you're new here, subscribe to PGA Tour Today. We're just getting started. We're pushing toward our first 1,000 subscribers, and this channel is for true PGA Tour fans who love honest opinions and real conversations about the game. I'll see you in the next one.